What's up, everybody? Doc Dark 1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys. I'm gonna have this conversation with you. I hope nobody takes this the wrong way or anything like that. This is a legitimate conversation that I want to have with you guys, is just as gamers. I noticed that a lot of the games that I'm getting to play, to include Anthem that I'm playing right now, for whatever reason, got destroyed, like review wise, or the community says that it's not good and all this other stuff. And there's been a common theme throughout. The theme usually is that one or two things happen. Either the company, the publisher, the developer overhyped the game, overpromised the game, and then when the game actually came out, it didn't live up to the expectations. Or the second thing that happened, which I think is probably worse, is the gamers overhyped the game, right? So maybe the community, the publishers, the developers said something about the game, and then the community, the gamers grabbed it and ran with it and overhyped the game. And then when the game finally came out, it didn't meet the expectations, and it was a huge disappointment. Another game I could think of off the top of my head is Watch Dogs. So I played Watch Dogs very late, but when I got to play it, I was like, man, this game is actually pretty good. I actually played it on Stadia, so shout out to Stadia. And I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the game so much that I actually went ahead and I got Watch Dogs 2 on Stadia as well. And I played that one and I enjoyed that one as well. I was talking to ISO about it when I was playing the game. Like, why did this game get such bad reviews? And ISO said to me, he was like, Doc, they just promised so much. They showed so much in the trailers. They just short of just straight up lying to us, right? Which, if a company does that, if a developer does that, if a publisher does that, then yes, hold them accountable and accurately describe how the game is not what they said it was going to be, for sure. But if a company or a publisher or a developer showing you is not really showing you anything to really be hyped and excited about, then don't overhype the game ourselves. Because then when the game doesn't meet that expectation when it doesn't come out, then we have no one to blame but ourselves. And I feel like sometimes you can make these developers and these publishers a little bit too overconfident. So many people were so excited about Halo Infinite that that's why they felt that they could go ahead and drop the game and not have co-op and not have modes missing and all this other stuff. When the first time they showed the game, apparently a lot of people were complaining about the way the game looked, and they came back and retracted it. If a lot of us would have made noise talking about don't drop the game until it's a full game, maybe they wouldn't have felt as confident as doing what they did. Cyberpunk is a completely different story. The way I look at Cyberpunk is a complete lie. Like, they completely lied to us, right? I have a hard time believing. I have a really hard time that Microsoft, when they didn't quality control how Cyberpunk ran on their console. I have a hard time that nobody played Cyberpunk on an Xbox console before it came out and told Microsoft, like, yo, this game is not ready, like on an Xbox One or whatever, right? But regardless, that's not neither here or there. That, though, I do blame completely on the developers and the publisher, right? Like, Cyberpunk was a straight up lie. A game like Anthem, I've been told that it was just the promise that EA made, and then the gamers, when they grabbed it and overhyped it as well, right? But I played Watch Dogs. It's a good game. I played Anthem. It's a good game. Like, I'm enjoying the game. I'm having fun. There's games that I can hype for you and tell you that because I've already played them that they're great, and then you try them and they're not your type of game. And because your expectations were set so high based off what I told you, that your gameplay or your game time with that game is skewed. But at least I'm coming from a genuine place and I'm telling you that I enjoyed those games. This is the problem I have with StarField. I really don't know why so many of us in the Xbox side are hyping up this game so much. Like I please tell me what it is. Where can I go? What's the one video I can watch where I will get excited? What's the one article I could watch where I will get excited? And I hope I don't have to go down a Reddit forum and down a specific Twitter follower and then a specific Microsoft Teams code person that I gotta find to find out anything meaningful about this game. Like, tell me what it is about this game that we are overhyping so much. Because right now, I don't even know what the game is about, but all I know is that this game is supposed to be the next best thing since sliced bread. And when it's not, I can't blame anybody but you, the Xbox fan that's blindly supporting this game without even seeing any gameplay of it or anything like that. Now, this is not a us versus them situation right now. This is a us situation, a us having a coming to Jesus moment and speaking on why are you excited about something that you haven't fully seen yet? Please tell me, is it because it is the only thing projected for the next year? Because if that's the reason, then that's not a good reason. I'm just being honest with you. What I don't want is for us to become what we don't like. We don't want to become blind loyalists either. No. I am going to go wherever the best experience is. So when you see me here representing Xbox and Microsoft, it's because to me, I truly believe it is the best gaming experience right now. But I'm not going to be blind to the flaws. I'm not going to be blind to the extraordinary level of capping, as the young kids like to say. Look, I don't know what this game's about. I know it's about space, and they say it's Skyrim in space. So if Skyrim is amazing, this thing should be amazing. That's not the way this works. Some formulas work in some eras, some formulas work in some scenarios, and in the execution of the actual thing, right? And we can't go based off of what a company has done before. Cyberpunk is a perfect example. CD Projekt Red, Witcher 3, an amazing game. Cyberpunk now is an amazing game. If they would have waited till they had it polished like they have it now, it's an amazing game. But when it came out, no. And then I see games that had the potential to be amazing, like Anthem. I'm telling you right now, man, if I played Anthem with the expectation that it was going to be trash. I really did. Because I remember when the game came out, a lot of people said it was trash, and my son wanted to buy it. And I told him, I was like, no, don't buy it. And he bought it for the PS4, and he never really played it. So I never really got to see. I think I saw it like once, and I remember that it looked good. I was like, oh, okay, the game looked good, but I never actually got to play it. But playing it now, I'm disappointed in the potential of this game. To me, this game is pretty good. Flying never feels old. The combat feels good. I'm not. I'm upgrading my javelin, and I don't have to pay for anything. I could pay for something if I want, but I don't have to pay for anything. I'm getting in-game currency at a decent rate I'm leveling up at a decent rate. Like the game feels balanced. Like the game feels good. But it was so overhyped that it disappointed, and now they've given up on it. The same thing happened for me with Ratchet and Clank, right? I'm not hating on Sony. It's not what I'm doing. I'm just stating my experience with the game. The game Ratchet and Clank for me was so overhyped that when I actually got to try it, it didn't hit that mark. It's a good game. It's a good game. I want to make sure we don't do the same thing with StarField. Don't give these companies extra. Let them prove to us that this is actually a good game. So I just ask you, if you're the person out there on Twitter, on YouTube, whatever, talking about wait for Starfield, Starfield's gonna be amazing, Starfield's gonna be epic. Shout out to you, cowboy. That's his freaking catchphrase. Show me why. Show me where I can go. Show me the gameplay that I could go look at where this thing is gonna be amazing and epic. And if we can't see that, I suggest we just stay quiet and let them prove. It's not our burden to prove. Let them prove that this game is amazing. Let me know what you think. Am I tripping? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Actually, you know what? Let me know what game you've played that you were told was trash, that now you can't believe that it got rated trash. You're like, wait a minute, this game's actually pretty good. We out. Peace.